Hi friends, good evening everyone. Today I am going to explain a very important topic in gate point of view, that is AM receivers. AM receivers are broadly classified into two types. Broadly classified into two types, that is tuned radio frequency receiver and super heterodyne receiver. And super heterodyne receiver is a very important topic in respect to gate. In past, like FM radios, as now we are using FM radios whose frequency ranging from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. AM radios are also present whose broadcasting frequency ranging from 550 to 1650 kilohertz. In this frequency, many radio stations are multiplexed by frequency division multiplexing, as I have already told about what is frequency division multiplexing. And the bandwidth the bandwidth allocated for each radio station is 10 kilohertz. So as the frequency range is about 550 to 1650 kilohertz, so the difference is 1100 kilohertz. So number of stations will be total frequency range divided by bandwidth of the each station. 1100 kilohertz divided by 10 kilohertz. After cancellation we will get 110 stations. Now I will explain about tuned radio frequency amplifier. From the starting of the from the starting while I started this subject, that is communication systems, I have already told that some of the parameters are very important in communication system, like calculation of the bandwidth, calculation of power calculations, and signal to noise ratio, and also the type of the receiver which you are using at the demodulating side. So receiver is also one of the important parameter we should consider in the modulation techniques. So we have mainly two types of receivers, that is tuned radio frequency receivers and super heterodyne receivers. But super heterodyne receiver is very important, and we will expect 1 to 2 questions from it, and this is very important and easy to understand also. Now I will explain about tuned radio frequency receiver. This is at the transmitting end. At the transmitting end, that is input is the audio signal, that is in the range of 20 to 20 kilohertz range of frequencies. As you are transmitting into space, so we are going for modulation. Here I am using AM modulation. So audio signal is given, kilohertz range of frequencies is given to the AM modulator, then it will produce high range of frequencies, that is gigahertz range of frequencies. At the transmitting antenna, it will transmit into the free space. At the transmitting antenna, it will transmitting into the free space. At the output side, we have the receiving antenna. Receiving antenna will receive this radio frequency range, that is gigahertz range of frequencies, and it is given to the given to the RF amplifier. RF amplifier is also used as a tuned circuit in this tuned radio frequency receiver, and it has a resonant frequency, and the bandwidth is around 10 kilohertz. So it acts as RF amplifier as a tuned circuit and a filter whose bandwidth of 10 kilohertz only. And after RF amplification, the signal is given to the demodulator. As I have already told, the demodulator is used to convert high frequency, that is radio frequency, that is gigahertz range of frequencies, back to the audio frequencies, that is kilohertz range of frequencies. So output of the demodulator is the audio frequency signal. This audio frequency signal, as it is traveled so long distance, so the intensity levels may reduced. So we are using the AF amplifier, that is audio frequency amplifier, which amplify this audio frequency signals. From the AM amplifier, the signal is given to the power amplifier. Power amplifier is used in order to maintain maximum signal transfer at the output, that is in order to prevent the losses. We are using the power amplifier. Finally we will get the audio at the output of the at the output of the at the output of the radio station. Now I will discuss briefly this block diagram. At the receiving end, receiving antenna, the signal I have already told that the signal is high frequency signal. This signal is given to the RF amplifier. It is also a tuned circuit which will select certain range of frequencies by adjusting the tuning frequency. After given to the demodulator, I have told the demodulator is used in order to in order to reduce the frequency, that is high level range of frequency to the low level range of frequencies, where RF signal is converted into AF signal and then given to the AF amplifier. AF amplifier is used in order to increase the intensity level of the audio frequency signal, and then given to the power amplifier in order to provide maximum signal strength at the output, so that we can recover the audio signal at the output of the station. Finally we will get the audio signal back. Now for any type of receiver, three characteristics are mostly important, that is mainly sensitivity, selectivity and fidelity. If these three characters are high, that is good, better for the receiver, then that receiver is very good for the reception, that is for receiving the signal. If these three characteristics are good for that receiver, then the receiver is good. Now firstly I will discuss about sensitivity. Sensitivity, it is defined as the minimum signal strength at the input of the receiver to get the standard output. It is defined as the minimum signal strength, that is the receiver even taking minimum signal, that is a low intensity level of the signal, if it takes and produce the standard output, that is proper output without any distortion, then you can say that it has high sensitivity, then the system will have high sensitivity. So sensitivity mainly depends upon overall gain of the receiver. If the gain is large, then even for small intensity input it will produce the proper output. For example, if you consider this one, the input is 1 watt, the 1 watt is given to the receiver whose gain is 100, and finally the output is 100 watt. Similarly, if you consider this system, here the input is 0.1 watt, it is given to the receiver whose gain is 1000 and the output is 100 watt. If you consider this system, here the input is 0.1 watt only, but even you are introducing very small input signal, it is producing the same output as the previous system do. So we can say that this system is most efficient system, that is this receiver is most efficient in nature, and this is all about the sensitivity of a receiver. And the next characteristic of the receiver is the selectivity. Selectivity is also one of the important factor. It is defined as the ability of the receiver to select the required frequencies only. That is, I have already told that the AM frequency ranging from 550 to 1650, and each station having the bandwidth of only 10 kilohertz. That is, we must select the frequency range of around 10 kilohertz in order to receive the signal from that respective station. So selectivity is the one of the important factor for that. It is defined as the ability of the receiver to select the required range of frequencies only. So it must select only our required range of frequencies. Let us discuss it. Let us discuss it briefly. Assume that the tuned circuit is tuned to 1000 kilohertz. That is, I have already told that RF amplifier is nothing but a tuned circuit, and its resonant frequency is 1000 kilohertz. That is, it has the maximum amplitude at 1000 kilohertz. The circuit will allow the frequency, as I have already told that each station frequency bandwidth is 10 kilohertz. So the center frequency is 10 kilohertz. So the circuit will allow the frequency ranging from 995 to I will draw properly. 995 kilohertz to 1005 kilohertz. This This possible only the circuit is tuned to resonant frequency of 1000 kilohertz, and similarly the quality factor is 100 to get, in order to get the bandwidth of 10 kilohertz. But as you know that resonant frequency fr is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC if you use the LC circuit, and similarly quality factor q is equal to omega L divided by r if you use RL circuit. If you see both fr and RL, both fr and q depends upon the inductor or capacitor values. So simultaneously we cannot adjust both the resonant frequency, that is 1000 kilohertz, and the quality factor, that is 100 kilohertz. That means if you at a time we can select 100 kilohertz, or we can set the quality factor to 100, but simultaneously at a time we cannot select both these factors, that is both the resonant frequency to the 1000 kilohertz and quality factor to 100 kilohertz. So practically it is not possible in the tuned radio frequency receiver. So we can say that the selectivity of tuned radio frequency receiver is low or poor, because as the selectivity of the tuned radio frequency receiver is poor, simultaneously it cannot adjust both FR and Q at a time. So which results in bandwidth, either it will be greater than 10 kilohertz or it will be less than 10 kilohertz. If it is greater than 10 kilohertz, along with the information in the channel, some amount of information behind the channel may enter into the channel, result in distortion of the signal in the channel. Similarly, if the bandwidth is less than 10 kilohertz, we may get the signal from the channel, but we are also losing some of the information in the channel. So these two factors doesn't help at all. So selectivity is poor for tuned radio frequency receiver. Now we'll go to the another characteristic, that is fidelity. Fidelity, it is defined as the ability of the receiver to reproduce all audio frequencies at the output. And that is nothing but, all audio frequencies is nothing but the frequency of the audio signal that is ranging from 20 to 20 kilohertz. But in AM radio, the audio signal is band limited to 5 kilohertz because the bandwidth allocated to each station is only 10 kilohertz. So it can reproduce the maximum signal of 5 kilohertz. So fidelity is poor because the AM radio can reproduce only the bandwidth up to 5 kilohertz range of frequencies, and behind that it cannot able to reproduce. So the fidelity is poor for AM receiver. So and indirectly we can say that fidelity represents the quality of the audio signal. If the fidelity is high, the quality of the audio signal will be high. And this is all about the tuned radio frequency receiver in comparison with the characteristics. Now we are going to discuss about super heterodyne receiver, where we can overcome the problems or the drawbacks which you come across in the tuned radio frequency receiver. And super heterodyne receiver is the most important and the most efficient AM receiver used in the olden days. Super heterodyne receiver, I will briefly explain what is present in the block diagram of the super heterodyne receiver. That is, it has the receiving antenna which will receive RF frequency, that is radio frequency signal, and it is given to the RF amplifier, and from the RF amplifier it is given to the mixer. And I have already told about what is the function of mixer in the previous classes. If you have any doubt, please go back and see about the functioning of the mixer. Mixer is nothing but it is used in order to change the frequency of the modulated signal, change the frequency of the carrier in the modulated signal. That is, it may up convert or down convert the signal frequency range. Here in super heterodyne receiver, we are using down conversion, and from the mixer the signal is given to the intermediate frequency, that is IF amplifier. IF amplifier is also tuned amplifier. It has the excuse me, it has a resonant frequency of 455 kilohertz, and from the tuned amplifier the circuit is the circuit having resonant frequency of 455 kilohertz, so it can able to produce a bandwidth of 10 kilohertz. From the output of the intermediate frequency amplifier, it is given to the demodulator. As you know, the demodulator is used to convert RF amplifier signal to the AF amplifier AF signal, sorry, RF signal into the AF signal, and output of the demodulator is the audio frequency signal. From that you are giving to the AF amplifier. From that similarly we are giving to the power amplifier, and finally we will get the audio at the output of the radio receiver. And I have already told that mixer is used to shift the frequencies, that is either up conversion or down conversion of the signal. We are using down conversion in the super heterodyne receiver. RF signal, I will explain why you are using down conversion in the next class, that is part 2 of this lecture. And RF signal is given to the RF amplifier to amplify the signal. Similarly, what you have said in the tuned radio frequency receiver. And amplified RF signal is given to the mixer so that it will down convert to intermediate frequency, that is FL minus FC, that is F intermediate frequency. The intermediate frequency which you select, it depends upon our application. It may be 455, it may be 500 kilohertz. It all depends upon our application, but practically mostly we will use 455 kilohertz as an intermediate frequency, and the intermediate frequency is tuned to 455 kilohertz, and the quality factor is adjusted to 45.5, so the bandwidth of the signal is 10 kilohertz. As we have seen a problem in a tuned radio frequency receiver, that is simultaneously we cannot adjust both the resonant frequency as well as the quality factor. But here we are not we are not simultaneously adjusting both the resonant frequency and quality factor, because for adjusting the resonant frequency we are using mixer here, and for so we can able to adjust simultaneously both the resonant frequency as well as the quality factor. So the bandwidth what we get at the output will be 10 kilohertz range, that is 455. If you tune it to 455 kilohertz, then it will be then the frequency ranging from 450 to 460 kilohertz, that is the bandwidth of around 10 kilohertz. And similarly after the signal is given to the demodulator, where it will convert the IF frequency to AF signal, that is intermediate frequency signal, to the audio frequency signal, and then it is given to the AF amplifier. As you know that AF amplifier is used to maximize the intensity level of the AF signal for amplifying the signal, and given to the power amplifier to avoid the losses, and finally we will get the audio back. And this is all about the super heterodyne receiver. Even in the super heterodyne receiver, one of the drawback is image frequency. Image frequency in super heterodyne receiver. I will explain the image frequency with an example. Please listen to this. Let us consider a receiving antenna, RF receiving antenna, whose receiving frequencies are 600 kilohertz, 800 kilohertz, 1000 kilohertz and 1600 kilohertz. And these frequencies is given to the RF amplifier. RF amplifier, as you know the function of RF amplifier. And after RF amplifier, it is given to the mixer. As you know, the function of mixer, it will down convert. That is, its local frequencies, I am using 1100 kilohertz, so that the intermediate frequency, it will be tuned to 500 kilohertz. So we are using down conversion, and FL is greater than FS. So if you see this down conversion, FL minus FS1, that is 1100 minus 600, that is 500. So it is tuned to 500 kilohertz. So FS1 is passed through the mixer, and if you see FS2, that is 800 kilohertz, and if it is given to the mixer, then 1100 minus 800, 1100 minus 800 will get the output 300 kilohertz, which is not resonant frequency. So FS2 is eliminated. FS2 is eliminated, and if you take FS3, FS3 is 1000, and the mixer local frequency is 1100. So 1100 minus 1000, we will get the output as 100 kilohertz, but the resonant frequency is 500 kilohertz. So even we can eliminate this 1000 frequency also. But you see FS4, that is 1600 kilohertz. 1600 kilohertz is given to the mixer. So it will be, so after the mixer it will be FL minus FS, that is the difference between 1100 and 1600, that is 500. If you see, both FS1 and FS2 are resonated to a frequency of 500 kilohertz. So the mixer, but the mixer don't know what is the original signal which you want. So it will transmit both FS1 and FS4. But what you want is only FS1 channel frequencies only. So we consider FS4 is also similarly resonated to FS1. So we consider FS4 is the image frequency of FS1. So what happened is both FS1 and FS4 are resonated to 500 kilohertz, so that they both get interrupted or they both get distorted with each other, as the both frequencies are different, as these two frequencies, both FS1 and FS4 belong to different channels, so the signal may distorted at the output. So this is all about the image frequency, and mathematically we can calculate image frequency as FSI is equal to Fs plus 2 into intermediate frequency if FL, what you are using, FL is greater than Fs, and if FL is less than Fs, then FSI is equal to Fs minus 2 into intermediate frequency. This is all about the mathematical calculation of the image frequency, and I will explain how we will compress the image frequency in the next topic, in the part 2 of this lecture. Thank you friends. Have a nice day.